Do we have a clicker, though? Hold on. Hello? Do we? Okay. Okay, you guys, how do I work this, though? Okay, guess what? I just flew in like 3 hours ago. I'm slightly brain damaged, but I'm so excited to be here. I see lots of people that I met in Mexico when I spoke for Kitsia and her club here, so I'm excited to be in Turkey. I've been to Turkey more than a half a dozen times because this is a fabulous destination that you should be selling to your clients. Yes, such a great destination. Guess what? I'm not in the wedding business. And I know you're all going to sink right now, but we've heard from some fabulous people today in the destination wedding business. I'm actually in business strategy in travel. I own an agency. I have 50 independent consultants. But I have a side consulting business in business strategy where I work with DMCs, I work with suppliers, cruise lines, hospitality groups, advisors. So I've met a lot of you guys like in that arena, right? Yeah. So today, so many people have talked about what we're going to talk about. And when I was on Turkish Air this morning, I got up, walked around for a minute, stood in the galley, and I was like, I don't really want to talk about anything on my slides. Because you know what I feel like the biggest problem is right now? And this is what I want to talk about today, is business organization. Every single person that pays me for a private consulting session, their businesses are a wreck, and they might be doing $5 million, $10 million in business, $20 million in business. And their back office is out of control. So I want to talk to you about that for a minute, and I want you to just think to yourself for just a second, what does my back office look like? Okay, because we've had all types of like great advice today. I've been taking notes. I'm hearing the same words that I say, people by people, all of these different things. What does your back office look like? What does your business look like? Because you can learn to sell products all day long, okay? You can meet with 1,000 vendors and know all of the top vendors from Virtuoso to Travel Leaders to whatever consortium you belong to. You can connect all day with people on Facebook, B2B. But guess what? That doesn't make you a good salesperson, right? If you're not churning sales right now, there is a disconnect in your business. I'm still hearing agents. When we got up in Mexico 6 months, how long ago was that? 6 months ago, you know what I got up and started with? I was like, the pandemic is over. Your personal pandemic is over. And guess what hit like the next day? Omicron. So we had Omicron. Then we had a war. The pandemic, the war, guess what? This is real life. Your business is going to go through roller coasters day after day for the rest of our lives. If it's not this, it's going to be a stock market crash, 2009. It'll repeat, okay? So you've got to be prepared. Your business has got to be up and running. So let me just ask you, what does your business look like? Are you organized? Let me see if I can get some slides going here. I'm not doing very good. I am so frozen up here. Okay, maybe I'm not going to have slides. Okay, let's talk about your workflow and technology for a minute. I love the presentation that we had where the coach, the consultant, had her wedding CRM technology going. That looks like a great product. I was just talking about it I do a lot of incentives. I sit in the premium and luxury space and incentives. It's the same crossover. I was very interested in her presentation. What does your back office look like in technology and flow? I was on a fam trip last year in Costa Rica, got on the bus with somebody. She pulled out about 20 files. She was doing it how we did it 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You know, notes stapled in, scribble. You know, some of it's on an iPad, some of it's on a phone. Are you using technology to run your business? Okay. I'm struggling with this. Maybe we're not going to have slides today. I don't know what's going on. Clicker. Okay, let's see. Okay, a couple must-haves that you've got to have to make your back office flow, whether you use her product or you're piecing it together right now, is, first of all, I want to talk about your website in a nutshell. I've only got 15 minutes. Your website has got to look premium and luxury. If you're going to sell in destination weddings, if you're going to sell in MICE, if you're going to sell incentives, whatever, it's got to look professional. Too many people have handmade businesses. You are not a do-it-yourself person, okay? If your business is do-it-yourself right now and you're piecing it together, you need to find the funding, and don't use COVID as an excuse. Find the funding to put your business together. That means you hire professionals to do your website. That means you hire professionals to run your social media. It means you hire an accountant and a bookkeeper, okay? It means that you meet with people. I meet with a coach. I meet with an accountant. I have a team of assistants. And I know what you're saying. I can't afford assistants right now. I had 3 strong years of COVID. We haven't brought everybody back. Find the resources to do that. Because until you can find the resources to do that, you're never going to expand and grow. And that's the truth. You know why? Because you cannot be everything to everybody. Okay, you can't be a content creator all day long. Okay? Posting on social media is not enough. We heard it earlier today. You need to have an email list. Okay? That email list needs to be segmented. Okay, segmented means maybe down to 10 people that you're gonna send a certain product line to. Okay, I don't send out a mass email list to 1 million people like a lot of you do. I don't pay to have somebody do that. I will segment down to 10 people that I know can afford the Belmont product, or 10 people that can afford a safari. I will specifically target them by texting, by emailing, by dripping content to them. Okay, I'm moving them through a sales funnel. Okay, sending out a mass email to people and get a 35% open rate is not closing deals. That's a good open rate. That's gonna be better than you're gonna get it anywhere else. But that is not helping people move through the marketing funnel where you're going to close business. We're gonna be talking a little bit today about tire kickers, because there's a lot of tire kickers in the destination wedding business. Okay. CRMs, all types of CRMs. I use Monday.com. Insignificant to you. I like it because I can integrate it with a lot of different things, from DocuSign, PandaDoc. So now I'm moving all of my terms and agreements into one spot. The minute I change a status, it's shooting out my terms and agreements. You can do that in TravelJoy. You need a system like that. Liability right now is at an all-time high. You need these things. Credit card authorization signed by every single client. Terms and agreements signed by everybody. If you're charging a service fee, the contract for the service fee. Okay, I also send out a form that I just made up saying, is everything correct? Passports, names, information on how long the passport's good for. What else is on there? State Department information, where to get the visa, health related, so forth. They DocuSign that as well. Because like somebody said in the millennial market, those people don't want to, you know, pre-COVID we were just sending the document, hey, fill this out, scan it, send it back. Nobody's scanning it and sending it back. You'll get 20% back, okay, if that, maybe 10. Get a DocuSign program. You just have to invest in it. There's lots that are cheap, you know, DocuSign equivalent, and make sure your terms are being sold. And you know why you need that credit card authorization? So much liability. If you're just taking a credit card over the phone, chargebacks. You'll be responsible for the chargeback. If that client charges back to that credit card, the company will deny you the chargeback. You'll pay it, the client will be off the hook. That's why you need authorization form. You're gonna have to show that form if a chargeback happens. Happened a lot during COVID. Okay, the other thing I love is, how are you invoicing? How are you sending payments out? Now that's going to vary depending on what type of supplier you work with. A DMC, you might need to invoice. Do you have a process for that? What I don't like to see happen is so many advisors don't have this organized, and so they're spending 20 hours just trying to get everything organized to send out one quote. This should be seamless, so you're shooting it out immediately. Advisors happy. If you're a wholesaler, or if you're a supplier, they're getting the information faster. They're not waiting 3 days, right? 3 weeks, 3 months right now. Clients happy. Listen, the process, and everybody knows in national media and in the United States, I've been speaking out a little bit on the slow process right now with suppliers. Yes, that was me that started the argument. Because it's bad. Clients want a 48-hour turnaround. I got on the plane, somebody had texted me for a cruise. All day I was off grid, right? I picked up my phone today, he's already bought it. That's how fast it goes. 45 minutes, a client starts shopping online if you have not responded. So you need to immediately be getting in touch with that person via text. You know why I say via text? You don't know if they're gonna read the email, you don't know if it's gone to spam. Text is so great. You can use text because you can pop little notes to them constantly. And you know what, they text back. I've got $63,000, one client in Tahiti yesterday. Well, it was Sunday, my time. I'm in church, he texts me, oh, I'm really hating my life, da-da-da-da-da. I'm panicking, and then I read the whole thing, and it's really this great, like, this is amazing. You know, I'm suffering in Tahiti. I screenshot that. Now I'm repurposing that text because we have that relationship now. He's texting me. I'm repurposing that, using it on Instagram in my stories now. And every time a client says something great, screenshot it. I got people in Peru right now at the Belmont. She's talking about it. Screenshot. Had a wedding down at Turks and Caicos at beaches. Screenshotted it. Everything gets repurposed into stories, into Instagram, Facebook, etc. Okay. I think a calendar is so important. You need to be doing appointments by calendar. Make appointments. We don't do business the old way. Hey, I'll just give you a call today at some time. Make appointments with people. Calendy's a good one. Visita's a good one. Okay, if you're looking for brands on the internet. Calendy's free. Make appointments with people. It sends them a reminder. Your return is going to be better. Because now they're being reminded that they need to call you. And you're not going to be like, oh, shoot, I forgot. I was shuffling and da-da-da-da-da. Suppliers, make appointments with your advisors. Have a conversation with them. Suppliers need to act the same way advisors do to clients. You talk to that client, you're building a relationship with them. That advisor, you're building a relationship with them. Okay? Take 5 minutes to do a quick face-to-face with them. Tell them what you can offer. Why they should use you. They've got a lot of competing brands, okay? Okay, let's see if I can handle this, which I obviously can't. And I taught college for 7 years. Okay. We talked about a lot of these. So let's move on really quick. This is the hardest clicker ever. Where am I pointing? I have a master's degree and taught college for 8 years. I can't use the pointer. Okay, can we move the next slide? Okay, I want to talk about growing your groups, some strategies, really quick. 2 ways to make money as a travel advisor. Okay, selling groups, that's where destination weddings come in. Bringing independent consultants into your agency is number 2. Those are going to be the 2 biggest ways that you grow. It's going to be the same for a vendor. Okay, growing. If you are a vendor, bringing people on to work for you. Again, multiply your workforce, okay? You'll have to look at your finances, and this is where it gets important. You've got to know what your bottom line data is every single day. I look at my numbers every single day. For some freaking reason, travel advisors don't know what their data is. You're laughing. Why are you laughing? Is that true? It's so true. You don't know what your data is. You're just like, well, we sold a bunch of cruises, and I did 2 destination weddings last year. That's not data. Okay, data is factual, like you're looking at numbers. It's on a spreadsheet. I use QuickBooks. It goes out to an accountant. I run a whole commission tracking system called Scion. Find a commission tracking system. I look every day to see what agents are selling. They hashtag it. Now I know how many hashtag all-inclusives we're selling, hashtag cruises, hashtag Jewish, hashtag Muslim, you know, whatever type, hashtag CEO, hashtag high net worth individual. Now I can pull up all my high net worth individuals and I can see exactly what those people are spending. Because don't you want to know what you're trending every single day? You're shaking your head going, I don't know, do I want to know? I don't know if we want to know anything post-COVID. No, it's just, we just are existing. Okay. We don't want to exist. We want to know what the data is. You got to wake up. We don't want to exist anymore. If your data's at 0, if your data's at 25,000, that's okay. That's data. Use it and make growth improvements on that, okay? Positivity. I love what was said earlier today, that you attract what you put out there. Case in point, we did a wellness retreat in Mexico. It was amazing. It was, you know, whatever that new property is. It's all vegan now, almost. Palmaya, House of Aya. I'm not the epitome of health, My agent said, let's run it there. I'm like, oh, great. Be all veganed out for 5 days. No offense to the vegan eaters here. I'm manifesting like Shake Shack every day. You know, I'm like, got my hands out and I'm like, I cannot wait to get to the airport to Shake Shack. You know, you're manifesting whatever you put out there. My experience was not all it could be. You know what I did learn from these wellness retreats we've been running? They're not for me. I know. I like Shake Shack. And it's okay, because guess what? I realized, like, I'm better in the business and incentive groups with the CEOs. That's where I really shine. I can sell at any CEO. That's what we market, CEOs, doctors, you know, NFL players. And the rest of my agents do a lot of mass market. But you know what I'm not? Wellness retreats. I've done 5 at least. I can't sit still in a yoga session. Okay? I can't even like talk about it. I get emotional. How about I'm doing it yoga in India on some patio of a hotel. It's this amazing like experience. And I'm just going, okay, ADHD mind, you know, it's going crazy. That's how you find out what you love, okay? So try out a few groups. I found out real quick destination weddings were not for me. I only do a couple a year because I shot photography in 2009 for 3 years while the stock market crashed. A lot of brides. I realized right then, whew, there's a lot going on with the brides. I don't know how you guys do it. Not worthy, you know. A lot going on with the brides, not my personality. A lot better with the CEO. You might find today that you're not destination wedding. It's okay. There's so much bleed over into selling other types of groups. I would take everything you can from the group experience of what you're learning here and translate it into whatever you are, food and wine, wellness, brides, destination weddings, you know, engagements, whatever all the groups are, okay? And then I want you to really define what that market is. That means you know who your ideal client avatar is. You know to a T. It's not enough to say, I'm in the destination wedding business. That is not an ideal client avatar. An ideal client avatar is when you know the income, where they hang out, what they buy, where they shop, what groups they're in on Facebook. That means when you start running targeted ads to them or you're segmenting messages to them, you're collecting people who might buy Gucci. You're collecting people who might buy Louis Vuitton, drive a BMW, the latest iPhone, MacBook Pro. That's how premium and luxury space type people. We heard earlier today the statistics on what it takes to get there. Millennial market's huge. They buy differently, premium and luxury space. Okay, you've got to understand how that ticks. We saw a great slide on that. Okay, and then I want you to fine-tune your messaging. This means on Facebook, on social media, anytime you're talking, your message matches your brand. And too often I hear messages, I go on people's Facebooks, and they've got their cat and whatever. You know, just a cat. I'm like, that's not your message. I love your cat, and then some doTERRA oil or something, you know. I mean, the message needs to look the same as you're running through social media every single day. Most important, your message is about you. And I hate that the last speaker used my line, people buy people. Sorry, hate you. Yeah, people do buy people. I use that in every single talk, and he's so right. People buy people because they are attracted to whatever energy you bring to them. Okay, there are agents that are rookies, 2 years in the business, came in during COVID, that are doing incredible amounts of business because people are attracted to their messaging and their energy. Do you have that energy? Do you have that messaging going on? Or are you just kind of running stagnant, blaming COVID, blaming your life, blaming this or that, blaming whatever? Okay, stop blaming, get on board. Okay, we're gonna skip really quick. This is gonna be a struggle though. Can we move the next slide, slide people, slide gods? Okay. Okay, I wanna jump down to, okay, I wanna go to video. Can we just go to the video slide? Okay, I love to talk about video so much, but not this video. Okay. Can we go to the next slide of video? Yeah, I don't know if it's a clicker. Next. See, I need the instruction. Okay. Okay, I want to jump to video for a minute. You all know I'm huge on video. I'm on video like all the time. You can grow an incredible audience with video. And I know why you don't like video if you're sitting there going, oh, that's great for you on video, because you do Fox 35 News once a quarter. I know, call me a star. I do their travel segment. You know why you don't like video? Is because somewhere in your life, you don't like what you look like on screen, or in a photo, or you don't like the way that you sound, or you think you're 75 pounds overweight. I had 4 kids. I have a grandkid now. I'm old. Okay? Use video. I don't care what stage you're at. Video is going to grow your audience bigger than anything that you're posting, anything that you're sending out. And you know what it does? It sends a message of authority. So that means if your tour company right now, you feel like is stagnant on social media, find somebody that can do video. That means you're doing a lot of impromptu, what we call short shorts. Okay? Not the I wear short shorts when we were younger, that commercial ad. I'm talking the short videos. That's YouTube. Okay? Short shorts on YouTube mean like a minute or less. That means I go on with Joel tonight and we're like, hey Joel, we're here at IADWP, having a blast, blah, blah, blah. You know? And we post that. And it's okay. We're going to post it to Facebook. You can use it in all different types of stories, different platforms. I can reuse that. You know why I love video so much? It stays around forever. And that's the danger of it. Don't do this drunk later tonight or anything, because it can be dangerous. Your video can stay around for the rest of your life. But I would love to see you using video. And you know what? 10 years ago, you needed a really super great camera to do that. Now your iPhone is the bomb. You're carrying the best camera in your hand. I have a little device I just hold out here. I talk all day to myself. In fact, when I was in Antarctica and I didn't have Wi-Fi, I was alone for 12 days in my mind, talking to myself, you know, created all this content, could upload it, you know. It's so amazing how we're so attached to like video. Video gets watched over and over and over. We saw some statistics today of how people are holding a handheld thing and they're watching videos all the time. You want your videos out there. I've said this a million times. My cousin's like one of the biggest content creators and stars in YouTube. Not stars like his own channel, but consultants. He makes about $250,000 a day consulting YouTubers. He's made all the big YouTubers, the top 20 big. I was listening to his book on the way over, just for inspo. And you know what he was saying? He was like, YouTube started out as a dating site. Did you know that? I did not know that in 2005. They couldn't get any traction with dating because people were posting now their dog, their cat, dancing in college, whatever. And all of a sudden the YouTubers turned around and said, oh wait, we could use this as content. People are for some reason watching these people dancing around a college dorm room. You know, people will watch anything. You do not need to be professional in video. The best video, he says, now this is coming from him, he's the pro. I had him on my Facebook Live too. In short shorts, under 2 minutes, unscripted, okay? That means, I sat through a video presentation the other night, it was so painful. Isn't scripted painful? You don't need scripted in your life. We're going unscripted today, okay? So on this conference, I want everybody, raise your hand right now, commit. It's church. Raise it, Joel. You guys aren't raising. One video. Back row, you're not raising. What's the matter with that country? Raise your hand. Committing to video. One video, under 2 minutes long, about your experience at this conference. And this front row is going to love you. But you know what it's going to do for you? You're going to be like, I'm here, I'm doing destination weddings, I'm in Turkey, da-da-da-da-da. People are going to think, wow, that person knows what he's doing because he's in Turkey doing that, la, 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 you know. You get a lot of return on that. Okay, video also encourages social shares. People love to share the video. The content's good. It doesn't even have to be good. People share stupid stuff. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Okay, I'm just going to move away from this. There I am. I'm not going to that slide. I want to talk about tire kickers for a minute. This helps anybody who sells. Okay, I want you to look at this. It's hard to read, but tire kickers. If you've heard this in your life, you're working with a tire kicker. And this could be your spouse, your boyfriend, your live-in, your client. Okay? No urgency at all. They call up, hey, we just need a couple of quotes. We're thinking about a destination wedding, 2024. What do you got? Okay. Right now, you should be on that type of initial reaction. First thing should be like, hey, let's set up an appointment right now. Everything should be an appointment. Again, commits people. Okay? Now you're having a 15-minute dialogue with that person to see if you're the right fit for our company. And that goes to B2B travelers too. You work with those travel advisors and say, hey, I'd rather take 10 minutes to have a quick conversation with you to see if you're the right fit, because you're going to learn so much in that conversation of whether that travel advisor is really going to send you a client that's worth having. Okay? Because of the questions you're going to ask. So now you're defining qualifying questions. You're asking things. Most important, you're listening. And you know why I like to do Zoom? And COVID helped us bring Zoom out of the box. It gave us back the visual. When you're having a visual conversation, you read things in people's faces, in their eyes, in their body language, right? So you have a good idea. Are they going to buy or are they not going to buy? By the end of that phone call, you should have introduced your service fee, and if you're not charging a fee, shame on you. Shame on you if you're not charging a fee now. Thank you, back here. Yes, let's clap for fees, because this is the decade of fees. Listen, if you're not charging a fee, you should be charging a fee. And you know why you're not charging a fee? Confidence. Confidence in your business and confidence in your model. Okay? And if you're only charging $50 or $100 or $150, I'm sorry, now you're the discount store. And we don't do discount at my agency. And I even tell my rookies that. You get on a fee model or you don't work at our place. You know why? Because once they get on a fee model and the first fee goes through, confidence. They get confidence. Okay. Other tire kicker things really quick. I will come back to you later. I don't know my dates. Don't have a budget. You know what I'll tell people? You don't have a budget. Why don't you work on your budget with your fiance or your CEO and then circle back to me? Because until we kind of have that narrowed down, we probably can't work with you. And then I go to what they were saying over here. Come back with 3 different pricing models. Go for the model home. People will buy value when they see what they're going to miss. Okay, finally, I'm wrapping up, I promise. Only did half of the presentation. I want to talk about you for a minute. Too many times in business, we are holding ourselves back. Okay? It's not your clients. There's a disconnect with your clients because now, either because of confidence or some belief in your mind, you're holding yourself back. Holding yourself back from being your best business, from being your best life, from being your best person, being your best spouse. I want to just end on this note right here. Your business is not the most important thing in your life. Your family's the most important. Your spouse, your significant other, your children, that's your real job. Okay? That's why we work. You got to know your why. That's why we work. Okay? And then when we're done making the money, I challenge you to turn around and give it back. See you later.